Hey everybody, this is Monkeypuzzle. Welcome to Monkeywrenching the Beast, number 83. And just tooling around here, doing various things. Right here I was watching blaze rods disappear, counting down very quickly. This is not what we're going to do today. We're actually going to decorate the monkey cruiser. But I just want to show you this real quick while it's transferring. I was trying to figure out how to send blaze rods to the bees, because if you watched before, we've got 4 T5 blaze spawners in there, and got a lot of blaze rods really quickly, sending them with the Mistcraft Crystal Portal over to this little XP turtle, melee turtle system here, which worked pretty well. There's a few tweaks I want to do to this that were suggested by viewers, namely Life Size Teddy Bear had a few ideas that I liked, but I'm not going to mess with that right now. But I wanted to send these over to the bees because that's the source of EU over there, and using these tesseracts, item tesseracts, I was trying to figure out how to do it. You got to pump things into the tesseract, and I was doing it with gates, and I was like, well, how am I going to have that gate know to stop when it's full, the barrel is full on the other side? And I was doing it with trying to do it with wireless redstone, and that to send a signal over here. The problem is the gates in this version of Minecraft anyway can't read the barrels correctly. I can't read inventories correctly in general, so that didn't work. And then I realized routers will work. Routers won't overflow things. They'll only stick it if it has space. And hopefully, we haven't reached the end here, so we don't know for sure. But hopefully the router will know when it can't send anything through the item tesseract. And then this will just get full to 64. And then it won't be able to pull anything into here. This I had to put in the ejector upgrade in order to make it eject and extract. So that's working great. And ooh, wrong button. There we go. And then sending things over to the bees. Let's take a quick look over there, and then we'll get over to the monkey cruiser and get to our decorating. So yeah, those are being sent over here to this whole array of generators that creates our EU for charging stuff up here. So yeah, that's filling up. Hopefully when that's full, the item tesseracts will know it. I'm pretty sure they will. And so nothing will get spewed on the floor. Spewed. No blaze rods wasted on the floor. Anyway, didn't want to look at the generator. Wanted to go to the cruiser platform, which is, I'm just calling one of these platforms I was doing quarries off of, under where the monkey cruiser is right now. So let's check out the monkey cruiser. Pretty much where I left it before. Few upgrades are now it works again. That was a big one, of course. It stopped working for a moment because I had added a bunch of stuff onto it. It didn't work anymore. I had not gone over 1,000 frames yet, but it still stopped. And then I learned that blocks attached to the frames actually count towards the 1,000 as well, but that covers and panels that are inserted into the frames do not count. So with all the glass and everything, I had gone over 1,000. I had said I had increased the limit as a test, but you know, like a noob, I had only done it on my client side. I hadn't done it on the server side. So I just went into the server config file for Red Power, changed it to 2,000, and it worked again just fine. So yeah, one of the things we're going to do today is finish covering it with the gold covers, and then do some more decoration on that maybe. I was realizing that these kind of looked like alligator heads or dragon heads. I was wondering if we could do something like that. But I don't know. I think it's too dorky with all blocky and everything. It's pretty silly. We could make some sort of nostril thing going on over here. I'm not sure. Give me your vote on that. Should we go with the 4 dragon heads, or is that just too dorky or not? I'm going to leave it out for now. But if you guys love that, we can put that in later. That'll be a nice touch. But yeah, one way to characterize it. And then I'm thinking, oh yeah, we could put red carpet all inside here, and that would be like the red inside the mouth. I don't know. And the other thing that was working on here, why did I get hurt? Oh, I don't have my boots on. Okay. Is just speeding it up. So before I had it on this system where we've got the timer turning around, and then we got kind of a pulse lengthener thing going on here that gives it enough time for both of the frame motors to move the ship over. And it kind of works mainly because of the lag where this sticks right here for a minute. I'll just demonstrate. This will take us that way. Yeah. And it kind of works. It's kind of slow. Before, actually, it wasn't working that great because this whole thing is so big now. It can create some lag. So this is moving. Let me see. I got to do this with an empty hand. If it lets me look at it. Every 2 seconds, which is not too bad. It was not working that great before because it wasn't doing the full switcheroo here because of the lag of moving all these blocks. It seems to be working fine now, but instead I had switched to this, which I'm going to switch all 4 of them to. This is just a more precise way to do a pulse lengthener with the red power logic. Is basically this one turns around and gives it a signal every so often to this RS latch right here, and it then switches over so that this timer is not receiving this redstone signal, but this red alloy wire is. And then for whatever this timer is set to, 1.6 seconds is what I changed it to, then that will switch it back. So this red alloy wire stays on for 1.6 seconds every time this gets clicked. And that works well. I chose that number because I was watching a tutorial on the Minecrafters channel. They were building an airship, and they said that 0.8 seconds is the optimum time for a frame motor. So I put 1.6 because we got 2 frame motor operations to happen here. And then this one I set for every 2 seconds. So just a little bit longer than it takes for this to go around to make sure those hit each other. And that seems to work pretty well. It's actually still every 2 seconds, but it works more consistently, reliably than this does when it encounters lag. So anyway, hopefully I explained that well enough. And I also had to do a little bit more manipulating in here because sometimes the frame motors would end up like this one would end up over here, and that's no good. And basically, I realized that they actually had to be attached to frames in some places to not get moved themselves, but somehow they're able to be slippery when they need to be. I still don't quite understand the dynamics of, when you have frame motors slipping past covers and when you have them slipping past open frames, but I just kind of got it right in this case. I could take it apart and show you, but then I'll have to switch this motor back up. Just know that this is pushing against the central column to move the ship over. That's how the X and Z happens. Each of these pushing against that central column, and there's no covers inside there anymore. It's just raw frames it's pushing against, and then when it pushes it that way, then this motor pushes it back. We'll demonstrate one more time with this guy right here, or actually I don't even know if I did demonstrate with this. Dunk dunk, come. So here we go. It's going to push the ship over, and then that one pushes it back, and push the ship over. That one pushes it back. And still, it's pretty good. Not absolutely reliable just because of the lag and all the weird thing it does while these things are working while being moved. But that works pretty well. And actually, yeah, you can see now when it's working, that's all just raw frames in there. And then that works. And also, it took a lot more power to move all these frames than it did before. So the little thing I had where it wasn't powered in this state, but using its stored power from being over here also wasn't working anymore. And I had to just move some stuff around to put one more battery box in each of the 4 directions right behind there. And then this configuration in order to hold everything in place while we're moving. Okay. So that's all the explaining of the improvements I did. I'm going to go ahead and use this configuration in these 4 places. I was checking out here for the interior. I want it to be all kind of plush and velvety in here, and I was trying to figure out if that should be purple velvet or red velvet or some combination of the two. It's wool, but don't tell anybody. It's a little scratchier than velvet, but we're going to pretend it's velvet in this case. Nice soft plushy interior. So yeah, and I'm not sure what it should be on the ceiling. Haven't really thought about that yet. Surrounding the engine area with iron, and I'm going to go ahead and cover all these here too, so that will represent the engine area. And then yeah, we're going to go ahead and finish covering the outside with the gold panels. Or covers, actually, for the most part. We'll put panels if we're going to attach any decoration to them. Let me get a couple of these. One more thing I want to set up here. I found out that I guess I knew that the books, the linking books on their little stands can be put on a panel, and it'll work and it'll stay there. So there's the ways to get back and forth. Another way to get back and forth I want to try is let's make a little vertical place right there. It's getting a little cramped in here. We might want to move this somewhere else, but let's just check out if this works. Maybe put an obsidian for contrast. And then let's see, let's make this yellow. I've already put a corresponding portal in the glacier warehouse. And let's see, that works. Great. So now we got a portal to get up onto the ship, which is awesome. So when we go on our voyage, we can go back and forth to get supplies. We don't have to actually put all the supplies on the ship, which is perfect. Oh yeah, I want to see if this works when it's moving. So here we go. We are moving, hopefully. Uh-oh. What? We're not moving. So what did I do wrong? Let's see. Let's bust this off. Did I put? Oh yeah, I put covers instead of panels. Remember, the panels are the thicker ones. The covers are the thinnest ones, and you can stick stuff. Here's panels. It's hard to do things when you're moving here. And sometimes I actually get dropped through the bottom of the ship. Not the safest ship around. So if you want to stick something to it, you got to use a panel. So let's see if we can get away with this now. Yep, keeps moving. Very sensitive ship. But there we go. So can we use it while it's moving? Hey. We can. Okay, so we got our way on and off the ship, as long as I don't mess up with my portal gun. Anyway, I'm going to go off camera for a while. I'm going to finish the circuitry here, upgrading the circuitry, and I'm going to go ahead and cover the rest of the outside with the gold covers. And then I'm going to do some combination of probably these two wools on the inside, and then I'll bring it back. Oh, one other thing I wanted to try is being able to move the ship remotely. I made a bunch of these wireless remotes, which I hadn't done before. They're made just by putting one of these wireless transceivers on a button. These, if you remember, are just this aether pearl on top of an obsidian stick. A aether pearl is made like that. So I made 6 of those, and then I got 2 of them corresponding to the 2 directions I actually have on wireless redstone right now, the up and down. And I realize, though, it's going to be difficult for it to work because the way I have this now is I'm using a constant redstone signal from the lever to keep things from moving. So if I wanted to use a wireless remote, I would have to change I'd have to have the this thing attached to a toggle, I believe, and then every time it receives a signal, the toggle would change state. So I may have to decide to do that. We'll see when I put this in. Which may be useful too, because I actually wanted to make it so that you could maybe control the ship from each of these 4 positions for each of the 4 cardinal directions here, so that you could be in one of these observer little cockpits at the end, and then maybe have controls over here somewhere, which probably won't work actually, because I can't actually stick anything right here unless I move the glass over a hair. I could actually only stick things right here, but if I had a set of the 6 wireless remotes, I could actually control it from here or anywhere. So that may be the way to go. We'll see if I go ahead and do the work of setting up the toggle latches in here as well. I guess now that I've talked about it this much, I've got to. So I got a whole bunch of things to do. I'm going to go ahead and do them so I don't use up your time with you watching me, and I will bring you back to give you a progress update. Whee! Whee! All right, see you in a little bit. As I'm doing this, one thing I've decided I need, because when you knock these covers and panels off, sometimes they're cooperative and they go where you can pick them up, but sometimes they go weird places up there or off the edge, and especially when I'm working with all these ingots or blocks of ingots and so on, don't really want them going to the bottom of the sea. So I could use a filler and make a whole platform under here and go down there and pick them up when I drop them, but that's a pain. So what I'm going to make is, over here, I'm going to make a coin of fortune, which is from Xeno's reliquary, and makes local objects come to you, nearby objects. So let me see, I need one of these, which I already made, a condensed splash serum, and then I'm going to put it in the middle of this configuration of gold ingots and eyes of ender, and that should give me, no, it didn't. What did I do wrong? Oh, okay, let's do that, no problem. Let's just put 3 glowstone dust around the I left it in here, yeah, the condensed splash serum. And go ahead, it might be shapeless, but let's do that. Okay, so we got our glowing water, very useful new tool, come in handy in all kinds of other things. I don't know if you can hear neighbor dog barking away. Oh, look, I get the vial back. Okay, and I've got a coin of fortune. So I don't know if it needs to be in my inventory or it needs to be on the hotbar. Let's try. So let's see, let's put one of these way out there. So that doesn't seem to be working there. So let's go ahead, put it there. And what did it say I need to do? Right click to toggle. That's a left click. Oh, there we go. Now it's working. Let's try that again. Okay, good. I can't throw things away. I'm hitting Q and they come right back. So let's see. Let's right click it again. Let's leave a trail of items. I wonder actually how far things can be. Okay, so let's try that. And okay, not too, yeah. So it doesn't work too long of a distance, but enough. Certainly for things that you break, you'll have them back. So I'm gonna go ahead with that and finish working on those covers and panels. And while I'm putting these covers on the outside here of the lip, this is an example of how this comes in handy. You have a misplaced cover, and boom, it just appears right in my inventory there. So don't have to lose them to the ground. I'll do another one. And I did some testing, and it only has to be in your inventory, not your hotbar. Boom. See that 54 to go to 55. And I covered this whole lip with panels, not covers, so that I can move the glass out at any point and make room for things like you may see I did over here with the wireless redstone and the levers and the linking books to make enough room to walk around that column there. Okay, I'm gonna keep working. Back to it. Cover, cover, cover. Well, I'm back, and it is many days later, actually. Lots of real life in between, but that's how it is lately. I mentioned in the previous episode that we're moving, so I'm fixing up the new place, and then we're going to be moving our stuff, so Minecraft's going to be kind of far and in between for October, so I apologize for that. Right as I'm about to hit 500 subscribers. But once we get this move done, I'll be back in full force. In the meantime, I hope you guys can be patient if the episodes are probably the most infrequent they're going to be for a while. But anyway, I'm going to wrap up this episode. This is what the interior looks like. Decided to go for obsidian on the ceiling. I think it looks kind of 20,000 leagues under the sea-ish. Makes me feel like Captain Nemo somehow. I don't know why. He didn't have obsidian, but somehow the contrast and the brass edging and the little gold corners, I don't know. I just think it looks good. Of what I had to choose from with the available covers and panels. And we've got our nice velvet, quote-unquote velvet, purple and red carpeting. Pretty swank if you ask me. The engine room's all covered in iron. So that's all done, and I went ahead and did what I said I might do. I reconfigured these so that all the directions can now be triggered wirelessly. And if you look at my inventory, my hotbar, I got a whole set of 6 wireless remotes. So, yep, we got ahead and upgraded to that. So just to do that, all I had to do was knock out each of the levers that were right here, replace it with a toggle switch, which can be worked as a lever, and then put a configured wireless receiver on each one of them. So let me see, this number 5, if I can get my direction straight, let me see, that is south, that's north, so this would be, this one goes west. So west is that one. Let's see if I got this right. I did. So you saw that little, it just gives it one little pulse, which flips the toggle and gets everything moving that way. And with all these different things going now, it looks a lot like clockwork. I really like that. And it's one more right click and you flip it off. I don't know if you've ever used these wireless remotes, but if you shift right click them, you can configure them. And then when you right click them, it gives a little pulse. Anyway, so I got all these going on. I'm still working on the up and down. They're a little bit more finicky than these are, but I've got the X and the Z going pretty well. And up here I have a place where you can manually do them all in the north cockpit over here, which is the direction we'll be heading to go to the next map, off to the north over the unexplored ocean. So these really want to be triggered with a button to work, but because of the frames, there was no easy way to put a button here and still be able to walk across. So you just got to kind of quickly flip the lever to do it. But let's go upstairs, outside from the ship, and this is the funnest part, is that you can send it flying when you're not in it. So the whole thing, you know, it's frames. They're a little glitchy when they move. It's not the smoothest thing, but it's kind of cool. You can be out here and you can control it. And, you know, of course, it works from within or anywhere, really. Sometimes, like, pieces of it will move at a time, and it takes a minute for the light to update. But, yeah, there you go. And then you just give it another click, and it should stop. So that was north, just for demonstration. Now let's go south. There we go. So we've got our remotely controlled airship, the Monkey Cruiser, looking pretty good, all gold and swank. Could do some pinstriping with some little cover strips or something. We may do that later. And also just change the solar panels on the top to just give them a nicer shape. And it's got a little point on top. Give this a click, and it should stop again. So yeah, X and Z are doing pretty good with all the remotes. I've got it taken apart a little bit down here because I'm still playing with these. I think I'm going to have to reverse the down switch and get all the red power logic over here because I can't quite fit it all in the shape I've got with this. And also the timing of up and down just is a little harder. I don't know, something about it's a little laggier and it misses its pulses and stuff, but I got something to tweak on in between, so I'll get that fixed up before the next episode. But there you have it, the new and improved, nearly complete Monkey Cruiser. We just have to figure out what else we're going to put on board. Because we have the portal, we don't need to put a whole lot because we can just go back and forth from the base no matter how far we are towards the edge of the map. And when we get to the new map anyway, we're going to be dumped off without anything. So it doesn't really matter. Just got to make sure, I guess, we have enough food for the trip. I guess we'll pack some chests with a bunch of food. And I was thinking about maybe making some powerful solar panels, some EU industrial craft solar panels, some of those compact arrays. Maybe make the biggest one possible and hook that up to an MFSU in here so that we can charge our stuff on the road. We'll see. And if you all have any more ideas for what we should do to upgrade the mothership, please let us know. Anyway, this has been Monkeypuzzle, your host, one more time. I'm not sure when I'm going to be able to get the next episode out. Like I said, we're moving and it's a lot of work, and I come home really late, really pooped, and then where home is going to be really fuzzy for a minute too until we finally get ourselves situated in a new place, and going to be relocating internet and all that kind of stuff and having to move the computer. So probably get another episode or two out before we're completely transitioning, but yeah, they won't be coming too often for this month, but we'll get it going again next. All right. Anyway, see you next time. I'll probably be up past 500 subscribers then, so woohoo! Thank you everybody for that. And we'll be coming back with more. This is the end of episode 83. Bye-bye.